Well, hello, my friends. Thank you for joining us again today. Today, I want to talk to you about tragedies in the middle of God's will. I was reading this morning in my Bible reading about the story of Elijah in 1 Kings chapter 17. And there was a drought. Actually, he had prophesied or declared there'd be no rain because of the sins of Ahab and Israel. But the Lord was providing for Elijah and told him to go to a woman, a widow of Zarephath, and receive food and also water. He gets there and she said, "This is all I've got. I'm getting ready to feed it to my son." And Elijah said, "Will you feed me first, and God will always supply your needs." And so she did. And of course, the Lord supplied for her. But then in verse number 17, it says, and this is chapter 17, after this, the son of the woman, the mistress of the home, became ill, and his illness was so severe that there was no breath left in him. Here she was doing what the prophet said. God had answered her prayers and provided for her because she was obedient to the prophet. But now her son dies. You ever had times that God's told you to do something, and then all of a sudden it seems like things are going the wrong way? Tragedy strikes. I was thinking about in Matthew chapter 14 in the New Testament where Jesus told the disciples to go to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, and on their way a storm came up, and I'm sure they all thought they were going to die. I mean, I've been on the water at times when storms came up. It's a scary situation. But Jesus appeared in the storm, and so much so that, they thought it was a ghost, but Peter says, "Lord, if it's you, let me get out and walk to you." And Jesus said, "Come," and Peter walked on the water. I'm saying to you, my friends, that in the midst of being in the perfect will of God, there are going to be storms. There's going to be trials. There's going to be difficulties. But if you'll just hang on, God will bring a miracle. You see, you can't have a miracle without a problem. And in the case of the woman, the widow of Zarephath, her son had died. But the scripture tells us that Elijah took him up into the room, laid him on the bed, and laid on him, prayed for him 3 times, and he came back to life. I can imagine for the rest of this woman's life and this son's life, I'm sure, they talked about the day that God brought the miracle of raising him from the dead. For the rest of the disciples' life, I'm sure that they remembered the day that there was a storm on the Sea of Galilee and Peter got out of the boat and walked to Jesus. They never forgot that. I'm saying to you, my friends, that you can be in the perfect will of God, and there can be tragedies that come your way, storms that come your way, trials that come your way. But hold on. God is still there. He'll bring a miracle if you'll just stay true to him. Tragedy in the midst of God's will. God will bring you through. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.